Now, this is the recipe that I was going to make yesterday, but I didn't have all the ingredients, but now I do. So my name is Melanie Miller. I have been at Tupperware now for, this is my 16th year, and I cook every night and have cooked practically every night since April 2020. And we all know what was happening in April 2020. Hi, Wendy. So, and who knew at that point what was going to transpire over the next few months? But since that time, I have been cooking every single day, and I love looking up new recipes. And one of the things that I do often is I will Google something to say, what can I do with cheese and potatoes, for example? And so that's what I did this time, and it came up with this cheesy potatoes. So I have been cooking in my microwave some potatoes. I'm just going to get them now, see if they're done, or see if I need to put them back in for a bit longer. Okay, so I've had them cooking for 10 minutes in my smart multi cooker, and I just did the the fork test, and they weren't quite ready. So I've put them back in for another 3 minutes, which allows me to have a look at the rest of the ingredients. So I need a quarter of a cup of butter. Let me just see what the recipe says. I need some chicken broth, so I can make that. It says I need 2/3 of a cup of chicken broth. Okay, so I have the measure here. So I'm going to get my bovril and we'll do that. Oh, that's beef. Okay, so we'll put a dollop of chicken broth in there and fill this to 2/3. And yes, hello, anybody who is watching me via, hello, Louisa. You see a man in the Canadian Tire parking lot using a Tupperware water bottle. Cool. He is going to be cursing on a motor. Oh, cruising on a motorbike. Okay, that sounds good. Hi, Sherry Lynn, good to see you. I'm just going to make this up to 2/3 of the cup. Okay, so that's that done. I need some garlic powder, onion powder, some flour, some milk. So we're going to sort of make a roux. And because we're doing that, I'm going to use my large micro pitcher. So let's get that going while we can. So, okay, so I'm going to put the chicken broth, and I'll just get my spatula. So let's put this into here. And it says to put the butter in here as well. Okay, we get the butter. Okay, So the only butter I have available at the moment, of course, is in the freezer. But I do have butter here, and I think I probably have about 1/3 of a cup. So I'm just, yes, I'm going to put this in. Oops, splashed it in. I'm going to put that in there. And I need to, it says bring it to the boil. So I'm definitely going to cook it and get it as high temperature as I can without boiling it over. Okay, so I've put that on for minute 10, and we'll see where that goes. Here are my potatoes now. Let's see. Yes, I think probably they're done. Yeah, my fork is going in okay. Okay, I'm going to leave them to the side so they keep cooking a little bit more. I am just checking how to do this. So in a measuring cup, whisk together milk, flour, garlic powder, and onion. Pour the mixture into the broth and continue to cook, whisking constantly. Okay, so I might be going back and forth. What I might do actually is turn my camera around so that you can see what I'm doing over there at the microwave. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Ingrid. Good to see you this evening. Because I think there's going to be a lot of toing and froing tonight. So I'm going to use this micro pitcher. I need 1/3 of a cup of milk. Okay, let me check on this. Let me see if I can move you around. It does mean, guys, the ones of you that are on Be Live, is I'm not going to, here, let me get rid of my potato peelings. I'm not going to be able to see your comments as well. So excuse me if I don't respond to you. I'll do it when I get back down there. Okay, so I've got my, and as you can see in here at the moment, the butter still hasn't melted, which means it's not yet to boiling, right? Because it would have completely melted by now. But it is getting nice and hot. So let me put this back in here. I'm going to put it on for another 30 seconds. And in the meantime, let me get my recipe. I need to get 1/3 of a cup of milk. So I've got my milk here. And is there a, yes, there is. So I'll use the markings on my micro pitcher. Okay, so 1/3 of a cup of milk. And I have to put in some flour, some garlic powder, onion powder, and then mix it into that broth. Okay, so we need a teaspoon of garlic powder. At least when I do it this way round, at least I can show those of you that haven't seen into my spice drawer. Okay, so that's my spice drawer there, which is very handy. So what am I doing here? Garlic powder. Okay, garlic and onion, wasn't it? Doo-doo-doo. I'm sure I could probably put fresh onions if I want, but it's the first time I've made the recipe, so I'm going to try and be a good girl and follow the instructions. Okay, that's okay. Okay, I've got 2 half teaspoons. Oh, here we go. I have a teaspoon. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of onion powder in there. And I'm just going to put half of garlic salt. Garlic. Okay, and what else did it tell me to put in here? Flour, garlic powder, and onion powder. So let's have another mix of this. And it's not at boiling yet. Let me put this in. So I'm going to put that in for another 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds. I'm going to get the flour and my whisk. How much flour does it say? 3 tablespoons. Okay, I've got my tablespoon. So 1, 2, 3. So when you do recipes like this, where you are trying to mimic a saucepan on the tabletop or on your stovetop, it can be a little bit fussy, right? Because you're going in and out of the microwave. You don't want your stuff to boil over. But it is getting really very nice and hot. So I'm going to put it in for another 20 seconds. And you know what? It doesn't matter if it doesn't get to the boil before I put the flour and everything in, because I'm going to recook it afterwards until it thickens into a sauce. So let me get my whisk. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So we're going to whisk up the flour, milk, onion powder, and garlic powder. So it is a beautiful Friday afternoon in Montreal, and we just went out with Killian for a walk. I don't think he's a hot weather dog. He doesn't seem to like it too much. I must admit, this afternoon I fell asleep on the sofa because I went to CrossFit today, and it was hot, I tell you, and I worked hard. And when I came home, I had a shower, had a little bit of lunch, sat on the sofa. That was it. I was out for a little while, but it always feels good when you do that. And I want to say thank you to everybody who is participating in the auction on my VIP group. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to the link which is in the discussion above to my VIP group and participate yourself. It's ongoing and it'll be going until 8 o'clock. Okay, so that is nicely whisked. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to add this into here while continuing to whisk. Unfortunately, it seems to have gone in pretty well. So now I'm going to do the cook it for 30 seconds, check it until it gets to the stage where it's boiling, and then it will thicken up. So let me put that in. So put that in for 20 seconds. And the other thing that I need in this recipe is some sour cream. I also have to chop up some green onions and put the potatoes out in my Ultra Pro. So let me just focus for the moment on getting this sauce ready. And of course, I put that cold liquid in, so that is why it's not going to get there straight away. So I'm going to put it on for another 30 seconds. And while it's on for 30 seconds, I'm going to go and get my cheese grater, and I'll check on the comments on my computer. Okay, so okay, I'm not sure. The picture has been frozen for some time now. Okay, I think it's because how long do you cook your rice in the rice maker? I'll answer you in a moment, Ingrid. Okay, so you guys on the computer, you're suffering because I can't see you. So when the screen goes dead, I'm just going to go. So when the screen goes dead, I actually can't see my people on the computer. So I'm sorry for that because they've had a frozen screen for a little while. So I'm going to ask them now whether they can see me on the screen because otherwise I'm going to have to go. I should be able to go back round to the other side in a minute. So here's my sauce, and the idea here is I'm going to keep heating it and whisking it until it thickens up. And I don't think it's going to take too long. Let me see. Oh yes, I think they can see me now. So Ingrid, you were asking about rice in the rice cooker. It depends how much you do. And also, it does depend on your rice, on your microwave. But I would say start with 8 minutes for 1 cup of rice. And you might even find, Ingrid, that that's a bit too much. But once you get it sorted, it's like maybe start with doing 7 minutes, and if it's not done enough, then do another minute, because the beauty of cooking it in the microwave is you can go in and out. You can see me now. You went somewhere else to watch it. Yes. Well, the one you're watching now, Sherry Lynn, is via my phone, but I think the one on my on the computer should be working again now, but I'll check it once it's done. It's because the computer actually shut itself off, and so it had stopped working. Okay, look at this, guys. It's thickening up nicely. This sauce. Oh, I'm so impressed. I love it when things work, because I do a lot of conversions from regular cooking to microwave, and they don't always translate, but this one looks like it is. So I'm going to do this for 20 more seconds, and then I think I can go back around to the other side and make sure everybody can see what's going on. So what we don't want is for this to boil over. Okay, this is good. I have a nicely thickened sauce. I'm going to leave it at that. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're actually going to go back around to the other side of the counter, because I have more room around there. So we're going to go back around to here. And take the cheese grater, because I need to grate the cheese. I'm going to put the items into my Ultra Pro. I put my potatoes in there. Okay, so I'm going to use my 2-liter Ultra Pro, and I'm going to take my potatoes, just put them into here. Right, now one of the things it said for me to do is once my sauce is thickened, or I've left the recipe around the other side, I'll be back. So it says, continue until the mixture is thickened. So it's nicely thickened. And then it says lower the heat and stir in the cream and put in the cheddar. So I do need to now grate some cheese to go into this recipe. So of course, because I need quite a lot of cheese, I'm going to use my master grater. It's working on Facebook. Okay, thank you, Alan. It's always good to know because sometimes I'm not sure where things are working or not, especially when I move around. Okay, so I've got my grater here. I need to get my bowl. And I'm grating quite a bit of cheese. So I'm going to use my bigger bowl. And I need to get the cheese. Okay, whew, I'm flustered tonight. I think partly because it's so hot. I'm not used to it. Here's my chopping board. So what I might do actually is put this back in the microwave just before I add the cheese, just so that it's nice and hot and the cheese melts in it. I've got to put the sour cream in. Let's come here and let's chop up some cheese. Okay, so what is everybody doing this weekend? Has anybody got anything special planned for this weekend? I have a garage sale starting tomorrow morning, which is one of the reasons I did my auction today, because this evening I need to spend time getting everything ready for that. So I'm going to put some of my Tupperware stuff out, and I need to make a raffle prize, and I need to put my Tupperware kit out. But as well as that, we have things in the house that we need to be putting out as well. Okay. I think that might be enough. The recipe says 3 cups of cheese. That's a lot of cheese. So we're going to see how we go with this amount, which looks, well, could be 3 cups. It could actually. So we've got a lot of cheese here. Okay, there's some stuck on the blade here. So we'll just take that out. And that's it. So there's the cheese. Right, so I'm going to take my sauce. I'm just going to put it in the microwave for another 30 seconds. And then I'll bring it back and we'll add in sour cream cheese. And then it's going to just go over the top of the potatoes and we're going to bake them. Okay, so how much sour cream do I need? Where's the rest? Oh, I'm taking the recipe back over there. I think it's half a cup. I remember. This is half a cup. So I'm actually going to measure it because I don't know how much you get in one of these. I think this container is about a cup. but I don't use sour cream often enough. Okay, there we go. That'll do for half a cup. I'll get the jug. Okay, so let me check the recipe. So lower the heat, stir in the sour cream and 1/2 cups of cheddar. Pour the sauce over the potatoes along with most of the green onions. Top with remaining cheese. Bake for 20 minutes. And what temperature do I have to bake it at? Of course, it doesn't tell me. Cheesy potatoes. Oh, 375. Okay, so I put that on. Right, so we're going to add in the sour cream into here and whisk that in. Okay. And we'll put in, oops, my computer's gone off again. Oh, I went dark again. I don't know why my computer's decided to do that this evening, to suddenly go off in the middle. I apologize if it froze for a minute. I'm going to put in about half of this cheese. That'll melt nicely. There we go. And now I just have to pour this over my potatoes. Okay, this is looking good, guys. And I have to chop up some green onions. So I have my chopper here. Just get rid of some of this mess. And I haven't had time to put my green onions away. I've got Alan to get me some today to go in here. So how many green onions? 3 green onions. 3 green onions. And we can put these into my little compact. So I'll just take off the outside layer of each one. So did anyone tell me what they were doing this weekend? I can't, okay, I can't quite read it because now I'm too far away from the phone. So I'll get back to your comments at the end. I definitely won't ignore you. So I'm not sure why, but today the computer, the camera on BeLive seems to have made the picture smaller. I'm not really sure why. It's never done it before, but you know, there are so many updates that get done and you know, things change from one day to the next. I'm hoping it's that and not something that I have initiated. You can never be sure. Okay, so I've got my onion, cut here. And I'm gonna sprinkle this on to here. So we have a little bit of flavor of onion. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to put the rest of the cheese on the top. And if I need any more cheese, I can always do some. Oh, the onions are just smarting my eyes a little bit. I think this is good. So there we have our cheesy potatoes made. So I am going to put those into the oven when the oven's at the right temperature. I'm going to cook them for and the rest of the green onions, by the way, when it's finished, I just sprinkle them on the top at the end. So I'm going to cook the rest of cook it, and then I'm going to actually make some little beef burgers. I think I'm going to bring you closer, guys, so I can see the words. So let me see if anyone said, you are getting the deck. Oh, that's right. And the gazebo ready for summer. Actually, you know what? My husband, he's been painting our deck this week. He's done half of it, and he's got the second can of paint to do the other half. And so that's going to be fun when that's done. Oh, this computer's gone off again. It's so weird, you know, when you use technology, you would think that you could predict it, but often you can't. Your niece's two little girls have a dance recital, so you get to go and watch them in that. That sounds like fun, Wendy. I'm quite looking forward to the time when I have grandchildren and I can go and watch them, because you know, my daughter Susie, she's really talking about wanting to have kids. So maybe she and Brandon will have children at some point. So it'll be good to go and see them. It's always good to have kids in your life. So that's super fun. Okay, so I think that is about all I wanted to talk to you about tonight. Once again, if you are somebody watching and you think you would like to have some of these wonderful pieces of kit I have to cook with, then certainly this one, which is our compact chopper, is part of our basic kit for joining Tupperware. It's only $59. This by itself retails for over $86. So to get it as part of our starter kit at $59 is really a great value. So I wish you all a really happy evening. I'm meant to be cooking tomorrow morning, but I've forgotten about this garage sale. So I'm going to see if I have time. I might just do a video and upload it. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow morning, but never mind. I will work that out. And otherwise, I will be back tomorrow. And actually, Susie's cooking dinner for me tomorrow night for my Mother's Day gift. But I will do live at 5. I'll probably make a dessert at live at 5 to take with me to Susie's. So have a fantastic evening. And thank you, Wendy. I'm looking forward to trying this cheesy potato mix. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye, everybody. None of your comments.